Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, right. Now we have completed 7 sessions. Today we will start from items module. Now we have already created items. We will quickly go through how to add an item. Okay. Uh, Go to items module, click add an item. Now, this from item modules, you can create physical items, service items, and in addition to that, if you want, you can create bundle items and item categories. Uh, Now, for an example, if you are running a business, for an example, assume you will start a export business. You will sell export cinnamon, uh, then tea kind of items. Those are physical items. So you can create physical items by selecting this item type as physical. Then service items. Assume you are running a consultancy company. You are providing accounting services or auditing services. Those are services. And if you want to create items for those services, you can select this service item type. Right. Now, you can create items by entering code, and you can enter item description. And you can select item category. Now, for this item category, mainly used for reporting purposes, I'll show you. You can select that item categories when you are generating reports, and you can categorize your items. Now, for an example, if you are selling goods, you can categorize those items brand wise or product wise. Then customer wise, you can categorize your products. Now, if you are running a hotel, you may sell rooms, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. Then you can categorize those items as accommodation items. Like that, if you want, you can categorize your items, and when you are generating items reports, you can generate that report based on item category. Next, item type, physical or service. If you are selling physical item, please select physical. And if you are selling service items, you can select service. And when you are select service, this opening quantity and opening quantity as at date will not display. You can see if you select service, these two fields will not display because services doesn't have opening quantity and opening quantity as a date. Right. After that, if you are implementing the system for new company, you can continue without entering opening cost or opening quantity. Or if you are implementing this system for all company, there may be opening balances. If you have opening balances for these items, you can enter opening cost and opening quantity and opening quantity as a date. Next, you can enter item details. You can set your item selling price here, exclusive selling price. And if you are a VAT registered or tax registered company, you may have exclusive selling price. Now, if you enter exclusive selling price, based on this tax on sales, system will calculate exclusive selling price. Right. Now we have selected 8% VAT rate. Our exclusive selling price is 10,000. inclusive selling price, that is with tax, it's 10,800. And you can enter unit here. You can enter numbers, kg, liters, like that, based on this accommodation item. I will enter room as unit. Then you can select these item accounts, sales accounts, cost of sales accounts, inventory accounts, and item adjustment account. Now, in normal system, regular system, it has only sales account and cost of sales account. If you activated this advanced inventory module, you can view inventory account and item adjustments accounts. Right. Now we will discuss what are the advantages of these item accounts. Now, for an example, if you are selling goods, or if you have different item categories, if you want to display based in your income statement or profit and loss report, those item categories separately, you can use separate sales account. Now we will generate one report. Before generate report, if you cannot view this inventory account, you can enable your advanced inventory account, enter one here, and click next and finish. Then your advanced inventory module will activate. Next, we will move to financial statements. We will generate profit and loss report. Now you can see there are several sales accounts. That means that is because we have created different sales accounts in our item accounts. Now you can select the sales account and you can create item, and you can invoice for those items. But if you select sales, if you select only these sales, when you are generating this profit and loss report, it will show only one line for sale. And it will show only this like sales, and if you want to view separate, now for an example, if you are running a hotel and you want to view uh, food income, accommodation income, and other services income separately, you can create 3 sales account. Then after that, when you are creating items, you can link those accounts. Now assume you are creating a 2-bedroom room, and you are linking to accommodation income. Then when you are selling this item, in your P&L, it will display accommodation income separately. And if you are creating a breakfast or lunch, dinner item, then you can select uh, food and beverage income. Then when you are generating this report, you can view that food and beverage income separately. Like that, if you have other services, you can, when you are creating that item, you can select that other services. Then you can view that other services income separate. Okay, like that. If you want to view separate sales account, you can create sales account here, and then when you are generating your profit and loss report, you can view sales account separately. If you select only sales account here, that common account, then you cannot view this detailed or separate income sales account. You can view only one account for all sales. Okay, right. Next, cost of sales. Same as you can create different cost of sales accounts, accommodation cost of sales, then food and beverage cost of sale. Like that, you can create separate accounts. Then you can view cost of sales also separately. Right. Next, inventory account. If you want to maintain inventory account separately, you can create inventory accounts. You can create by clicking this add new, or you can create from this accounts. Okay, you can create accounts from accounts module, or from here also you can create new sales accounts, cost of sales account, and inventory account and item adjustments account. Okay. Now, if you create separate item accounts or inventory accounts, when you are generating the balance sheet, you can view, for an example, say you are exporting, you have a export company for uh, cinnamon and tea, then you can create, when you are creating tea item, you can create inventory account for tea. And if you are creating cinnamon account or item for cinnamon, you can create inventory account for cinnamon account. Then when you are generating your balance sheet, you can view tea inventory separately and cinnamon inventory separately. Next, item adjustments. Now, sometimes in your after audit, you may found that your system balance and the physical balance not tally. In that case, you need to adjust your system balances. You can use this adjustment account, item adjustment account, for that system adjustment. And when you are doing any adjustment, you can now, for an example, if you are adjusting cinnamon item, then if you want to include all cinnamon adjustment accounts in separate account, you can create new account for cinnamon adjustment. Then in your P&L, you can view that cinnamon adjustment separately. Like that, you can create different sales, cost of sales, inventory and item adjustment account. And the main purpose of that, creating separate accounts for that items, you can view that sales or cost of sales or inventory or item adjustments separately for that item or item category. Right. When you are doing transaction, we will explain this in detail. Right. Next, gross profit percentage. Now, this item selling price is 10,000. We haven't entered opening cost. Therefore, this GP percentage will display as 100%, and GP amount will display as 10,000. Now, if we enter any opening cost here, system will display or system will calculate gross profit percentage and gross profit amount based on this opening cost and exclusive selling price. Right. You can link taxes for this item. If you are a tax registered company, you can select relevant tax rate on sales and tax on purchases. And if you have a major industry code, actually currently this major industry code not available in Sri Lanka. If you have available any industry code, you can select that industry codes. Right. Like that, you can create item. You can enter item code, item description. If you have item categories, you can select item categories. And from item type, you can select physical or service item. In item details, you can enter item selling price and unit. Then from item accounts, you can select sales accounts, cost of sales account, inventory accounts, and item adjustment account. Next, GP percentage and GP amount. GP percentage and GP amount will calculate by the system based on opening cost and exclusive selling price of this item. Next, if taxes available, you can link that taxes and you can save this item. And if you are creating a service item, you can select this service item, or you can select service as item type, and you can enter that selling price, item accounts. Now you can see there is a inventory account also not available if you select service, because service items we are not holding inventory. Therefore, it will not display if you select service. You can select sales account, cost of sales account, and sales item recovery account, and you can save this item. After create items, you can view other details also. Next, price list. We will little discuss about this price list. Now, assume you are running a hotel, and you are selling your rooms for different customers and at different prices. Right? Then you can create price list when you are setting your company settings. Right? You can set, or you can create price list under change company settings, general settings, item settings. From here, you can create price list. Now, when you are creating items, you can enter relevant prices under relevant price list. Now you may have default price list, retail price list, wholesale price list, distributor prices. Like that, you can create price list. And when you are creating your items, you can enter relevant prices for relevant price list. After that, when you are creating your customers, you can link that price list. Then when you are invoicing, that relevant prices will display in the invoice. Okay, I think we have discussed this in when we are creating customer invoices. Again, we will quickly go through. Now we will create another item, A001. We have now for this A0001 item has 5 price list, and we will enter those price list and save. We will enter opening quantity. Okay, these are our prices, and we will enter few invoices. Okay, now for this customer, its price list is default price list. We will create an invoice for this customer. Okay, select item. Right now you can see default price list is 10,000. This customer price list also 10,000, therefore it will display 10,000. Then this A0101 customer, it's a distributor price. You will create an invoice for this customer. Now this price is 13,000 because distributor price is 13,000. In this customer, ABC customer, price list is student price. It's a foreign customer, therefore it will calculate for based on that customer currency. We will create another customer. Right, it's 14,000 because this student price list is 14,000. Right, like that you can create price list, and when you are creating item, you can enter that relevant prices for that price list. And when you are creating invoices for customers, the relevant prices will select by the system. Right, after you enter prices, exclusive prices, system will calculate inclusive price, GP percentage, and GP amount. Next, activity. If you have any activities for this item, you can view that activities. Now for this item, we have opening balance, item adjustments, tax invoices, supply invoices, credit notes, and supply returns. Now adjustment, we have reduced our items, therefore it is minus. And when we are generating tax invoices also, uh, item out, therefore it will minus. And if you are purchasing, when you are entering supply invoices, it will display as a plus amount. And also you can drill down these trans activities. For an example, if you want to view tax invoices for this item, you can click this detail, and you can view what are the invoices and to whom you have sold those items. And also this by clicking this detail also, you can drill down this document. Next, notes. If you want to add any notes, you can add from here, and you can enter action date, enter subject note, then at the action date you can view alert in your dashboard. Then user defined fields, you can create in addition to these details, you can add uh, any additional details under user defined fields. You can rename these labels from general company settings under user defined fields, item user defined fields. From here you can rename your labels. Now here I have changed these date values. Now here it will display these these values will display here. Next, purchase graphs. You can view uh, your monthly purchases. You can compare with previous year. Then sales graphs, sales versus purchases graph. You can view sales and purchases this year. And if you want to add any picture for this item, you can add by clicking this add picture button. After enter these details, you can save your item. Right, like that you can create items. Then after you create items, you can view your list of items. You can view item code, item description, category, item type. Those details you can view from this list of item grid. And if you want to customize, you can customize from here by clicking this customize grid. And if you want to add any column, you can tick that column. And if you want to remove any column, you can untick that column. And you can sort by code, or by clicking this heading you can sort by ascending or descending order. And if you want to filter, you can filter from here, or you can search any item. Right, next, list of item bundles. Now assume you are selling computers, and each computer has monitor, system unit, mouse, speakers, keyboard, those items available. And if you are creating any bundle item, you don't want to select that each component of that item when you are selling or purchasing. You can select that bundle item, then system will display all other items. Now we can create a bundle item here. We can enter that bundle item code, description, and from here we can select what are the items we need to include that bundle item. And we can enter quantity. Now here we have entered the CPU, speakers, mouse, keyboard. Right. We have entered CPU, speakers, two speakers, mouse, keyboard, and monitor. Now we have created that item. And when we are invoicing, we can change this type to bundle, and we can select bundle item. Then all components will display here. We have entered only that computer item from the system. Other components will pop up to this screen. We will enter customer quotation. Change the type to bundle and select item. Now if you are selling 10 computers, if you change the quantity, that components quantity also change. Right. Next, item categories. From here you can create item categories. If you are selling different kind of cinnamon items, you can create one item category for cinnamon, and you can save. Then you can link that when you are creating items, cinnamon items, you can link that item category as cinnamon. Okay, like that we can create item list of items or items, item bundles, and item categories. Okay, now you can create 3 items and item bundle and item categories. When you are creating items, you can create computer and when you are creating items, you can create mouse, keyboard, speakers, monitor, system unit, and you can create bundle item for that those sub items, and you can create an item category as hardware. Okay, please create items, mouse, keyboard, speakers, CPU, and monitor, and create a bundle item, and create item categories as hardware. Okay, like that you can create your items. In addition to that, if you want, you can create service items by selecting this item type as service. Next, we will move to transactions. Now, from these transactions, you can adjust your items, or you can adjust your item selling prices. First, we will move to item adjustments. Now, you can increase or decrease your items from this item adjustment. There are also two options. First one, quantity on hand or average cost. Second option, quantity on hand and or average cost using a quick entry grid. Now, if you select first option, you can change or you can adjust your items. First, you need to select your item. After that, you can enter uh, reason why you are changing this item quantity. Then you can enter if item cost is changing, you can change the item cost, or if you are changing item quantity, you can change the item quantity. Now, for an example, assume uh, currently in the system item quantity is 1431, but physical stock is 1430. Therefore, we need to change this item quantity, new item quantity, then we can enter as 1430. Now, assume your system quantity on hand is 1431. You will conduct a stock taking. In that stock taking, you have realized that, or you have found that your current physical stock value is 1430. Then you can change your uh, new quantity on hand to 1430, and here adjustment date, you can enter that adjustment date. Now, for an example, if you are doing that your stock taking on 31st March 2021, you can enter 31st March 2021 as your uh, adjustment date. And also, if you want to link to any your departments or analysis code, you can select from here, and you can click next, and you can finish. You can save that item adjustment. The next option is quantity on hand or average cost using quick entry grid. If you select this option, you can adjust your item more than one item at once. Now, if you select first option, quantity on hand or average cost, at one time you can change only one item. But if you select second option, item adjustment quick entry grid, you can enter adjustment date and you can enter adjustment reason, and from here you can select more than one item. And also, if you want to load all your items, by clicking this load all, you can load your all items. And from here, new quantity on hand, you can change your quantity on hand uh, values, and if you want, you can change your average cost. And here from departments or analysis code also you can link. In addition to that, if you want to import those adjustments, you can import from here. Okay, if you want to adjust your items, you can do it from item adjustment. And if you are changing only one item, you can select first option. And if you are adjusting more than one item, you can select second option, and you can change, or you can adjust your item quantities. Right now you can add you can enter your item adjustments. You can change your quantity on hand or cost or average cost from this item adjustment. You can enter few transactions for that created items and you can practice. Okay, in practical situation, after audit, you may need to change your item balances. In that case, you can use this item adjustment. In addition to that, sometimes there may be due to expired date or expired items you want to remove from your stocks. If you cannot return to your suppliers, you need to remove from your stock. In that case also, you can use this item adjustment to change your uh, system quantity. And if any item damage, if you want to change uh, or if you want to remove that item from that inventory, you can use this item adjustments. Right, next we will move to adjust item selling prices. Now sometimes due to government policies or economic changes, you need to change your item selling prices. And you can change your item selling prices by go to your item list, and you can open your item and go to price list tab. You can change your item selling prices. But if you have several hundred items, you cannot use this method because it will take time. Therefore, if you want to change your item selling prices, you can use this item adjust item selling prices options. Right, from here there are three options. First one, adjust selling prices. Second one, adjust selling prices using quick entry. And third option, copy from another price list. First we will check first option, adjust selling prices. Then from here you can select the price list, or if you don't select, system will change all price list. And there are also three options. Please choose the type of adjustment you would like to make. There are three options. First one, selling prices based on selling price, selling prices based on last cost, selling prices based on average cost. Now, if you check first option, selling prices based on selling price. Now, from here, we can select items, and you can select category, or you can select item type. And if you want to rounding, you can select rounding. And now from here, we'll check this item. We'll activate this item. Okay, now go again, adjust selling prices based on selling price. Now we will check only first item. We will select that item, and we will increase by 10%. Okay, we will increase by that selling price by 10%. Now we'll check current price is 150. Now that price has changed to 165, because 150 10% is 15. 150 plus 15 is 165. Now same way we can do, or we can change for all items. Okay, now here I have selected only one item, therefore that price change happen only one item. If you want to change your all item prices, or if you want to increase by 10%, you can use this method. Okay, you can either increase or decrease Now for an example, if you want to decrease by 10%, check, prices reduced to 148. Now for an example, if government enforce any taxes. Now earlier, you may know that there was NBT, nation building tax. Now those taxes we cannot claim. Therefore, if those taxes, like that kind of taxes implemented, if you want to increase your prices at once, you can uh, increase or decrease by this adjust item selling prices. Okay, next we will move to second option, selling prices based on last cost. We will select that item 001. Now item last cost is 120. We will increase by 20%. Now it's 120, sorry, price last cost is 120. 20% is 24. Therefore, that price increased to from price increase to 144. Now last cost is 120. We have increased by 20% based on last cost, that is 24. Then 120 plus 24 is 144. Check the third option, selling prices based on average cost. We will select that item. Now average cost is 100. We will increase by 50%. We will refresh. Then price has changed to 150. Now average cost is 100. We have increased by 50%. That is 50. 100 plus 50, 150. Like that, we can change our selling prices by using this adjust item selling prices. In addition to that, there's another option, update selling prices. Update selling prices on recurring invoices. Now I think you can remember that recurring invoices, we can schedule our invoices. Those are recurring invoices. And if you want to change that recurring invoices item prices, you can pick this option. Now we have already select items and we have set selling prices for those items. And if you want to change, when you are changing your item selling prices, if you want to change recurring invoices selling prices, you can tick this option. Then system will change that recurring invoices prices also. Right. Next, we will move to second option, adjust selling prices using quick entry grid. You can select price list and you can select items. Here also from these options you can select your items. You can rounding, and if you want you can change your prices manually or by percentage you can increase. If you select adjust prices by percentage, you can enter percentage here and you can increase. Then after that, if you click next, that selling prices will change. Or else you can change prices manually. If you click next, system will display all items. From here, you can change your selling prices. Like this, you can change your selling prices and click next. Then that change selling prices will save. Next, third option, copy from another price list. Now from here you can select any price list and you can copy those prices to other price list. Then your prices will change. Right. Like that, you can change your item selling prices. You can use this option, especially if you have several items. Then if you want to change your item prices manually, it will take long time. Therefore, you can use this adjust item selling prices. Due to economic condition or due to government policies, you may need to change your prices, item selling prices. That case, you can use this item selling, adjust item selling prices. You can increase or decrease your item selling prices from this one. If you want to increase, you can just enter the percentage you are increasing. If you want to decrease with minus value, you can enter the reducing percentage. Then you can change your item selling prices. In addition to that, if you want to update that changing selling prices in recurring invoices, you can tick this option. Then system will change those recurring invoices prices too. Okay, now you can practice this adjust item selling prices. Now, especially you may see that fuel prices increases in midnight, and like that, if you want to change quickly your selling prices, you can use this option. Okay, next we will move to special option. First one, adjust item opening balances. Now, in practical situations, sometimes when you are implementing the system, you may missed few transaction and you have entered incorrect item opening balances. Later, you found that you have entered incorrect opening balance. After that, you want to change that opening balances. In that case, you can use this item, adjust item opening balances, and you can select that item. You can enter reason why you are changing this item opening balance, and if you want to change your opening balance cost, you can change, uh, and if you want to change your opening balance quantity, you can change from here, and you can select opening balance as a date. After that, you can save. Okay, you can select item you are going to change the opening balance. You need to enter why you are changing that item opening balance. After you select the item, system will display current opening cost and current opening quantity. And if you want to change item cost or item quantity, you can change from here. After that, you can save. Right, like that, you can change your opening balances. Go to items, special, go to items, special, adjust item opening balances, select item, enter reason why you are changing opening balance. After you select the item, you can view that current opening cost and current opening quantity. You can change if you want, and you can change the opening cost, or you can change the opening quantity, and you can save. Then next one, renumber item codes. Now, when you are implementing the system, you may use some item codes. Later, you found that those item codes not efficient. It will take time to select those items. Therefore, you will implement a new number system. In that case, you can change those item codes, or you can renumber item codes from items, special, renumber item codes. From here, you can enter your item code. New item code you can enter here, and you can save. Right, like that. If you want to change your item codes later, you can change from this special renumber item codes. Okay, now you can adjust your item opening balance, and you can renumber your item codes. Okay. Next, we will move to item reports. First report is item listing. You can select your items, or you can select your item categories. From item type, you can select service item, physical item, or both items. And from price list, you can select price list, and you can view report. From this report, you can view your list of items. You can view item code, item description, item category, last cost, average cost, exclusive price, inclusive price, gross profit percentage, gross profit amount, quantity on hand, active, and whether it's physical item or service item. And if you tick this option, display additional details, you can view your list of items with additional or user-defined fields. Okay, you can view that GL account or sales accounts, cost of sales accounts, inventory accounts, item adjustment account, and user-defined fields. Right. Next report is sales by item. You can generate this report for a particular period, and you can select items, item categories, or based on sales account, you can generate your sales. In addition to that, if you are using analysis code such as departments, projects, cost centers, you can select required analysis code, and you can generate the report. Right. Here you can view that item, that transaction date or sales date, invoice number, customer, quantity sold, total cost, total selling price, gross profit amount, gross profit percentage. And each item total also you can view, and grand total also you can view. This report also has a few options. You can view as a summary report also. If you select summary, you can view one line for one item. Then from here, you can view in this date range, uh, quantity sold, total cost, total selling price, gross profit amount, gross profit percentage. Next, now here you can generate this report. Now here you can view gross profit. You can generate this report based on average cost or last cost. If you select average cost, system will calculate gross profit based on average cost. And if you select last cost, system will generate this report based on last cost. Now, when you generate this list of items, you can view average cost and last cost. Now, for this item, first item, its average cost is 100 and last cost is 120. Now, if you are generating this report, system will, if you select average cost, system will generate this report based on average cost, and system will calculate gross profit based on average cost. And if you select last cost, system will calculate gross profit based on last cost. And also if you want to include credit notes, you can tick this option. And if you want to remove credit notes from the report, you can untick this option. Okay, like that you can generate this report. And if there are any credit notes available, it will display as minus. Now this item has credit note, it will display as minus, and quantity and value display as minus, and uh, total sales, it will display uh, sales minus this credit note. Okay, it will deduct this credit notes from this sales, and system will display net sales. Right. Next report is purchases by item. This report also you can generate for a particular period, and from this report you can view what are the items you have purchased. You can view item, and you can view each transaction wise details, transaction date, purchase date, supplier invoice or document number, supplier, quantity purchased, unit price, total purchases, and total for this item system will display, and grand total also you can view from this report. And also if you want to include the supplier returns, you can tick this option, then system will deduct that supplier returns from this report. And if you want to include, or if you want to exclude supplier returns, you can untick this option. Okay, now you can generate those reports: item listing, sales by item, and purchases by item. After that, we'll take a short break. Please generate those report. We will start by 4:45. Okay, we'll start again. Uh, Now, from here you can view uh, your sales by item and purchases by item report. And when we are discussing that item creation, uh, that time we discussed that sales account and cost of sales accounts. And in that time I mentioned that when you are generating your financial reports, you can view uh, your sales or item category wise separately, and also in addition to that, from this item reports also you can view your sales by item and purchases by item. Okay, in addition to this uh, profit and loss report also, if you want, you can view separately. In addition to that, you can generate detailed reports, uh, sales by item or purchases by items from this item module report. Okay, next we will move to customer codes by item. Now here you can select items or item categories or item type, and from report options you can select date range, and you can generate this report as a summary report or detailed report. And from status you can select accepted quotation, declined quotation, pending quotations, expired quotations, or invoice quotation, or if you select all, you can view all status quotations. Right. Now this is summary report. From here you can view that item, quantity, total cost, total selling, gross profit amount, and gross profit percentage. And if you generate detailed report, you can view for item wise, quotation wise report. Okay, now here you can view quotation, oh sorry, item, then document numbers or quotation numbers, quotation date, quotation number, customer, quotation expire date, status of that quotation, quantity of that item, total cost, total selling price, gross profit amount, and gross profit percentage. And also you can view the grand total. Right, next, customer sales orders by item. You can select date range, items, summary or detail. You can select document type, sales orders, pending sales orders, invoice sales orders, or all sales orders. You can view the item, then transaction, sales order date, sales order number, customer, status, quantity, total cost, total selling price, gross profit amount, gross profit percentage. And you can view grand total. If you generate detail summary report, you can view item, total quantity, total cost, total selling price, gross profit amount, and gross profit percentage. And now in practical situations, sometimes uh, you may need to know for a particular item uh, how many quantities you need to deliver. In that case, you can select that item, and you can generate this report, or you can select what are the pending sales orders, and you can generate this report, and you can get what is the quantity you have to deliver, and you can check that details from this customer sales order by item report. Next report, supplier purchase orders by item. Now here you can generate a report, purchase order report. You can generate for a particular period, and you can view summary report as a summary report or detailed report. And from here you can view confirmed, cancelled, pending, overdue, or invoice purchase orders, and you can generate the report. Right. In addition to that, sometimes you want to know, now you have ordered some items, but whether you have received those items. You have sent the purchase orders, and you want to check whether those items received. In that case, you can select date range, and from status you can select pending or overdue. Now we have one pending item, I001 item, that still we haven't received this item. Okay, we have sent that purchase order on 2018 December 6. Purchase order number is PO0006. Supplier name is supplier 1. Delivery date is 2019 January 5th, but still we haven't received this item. So those things you can check from this report. Okay, now you can generate these three reports: customer codes by item, customer sales orders by item, and supplier purchase orders by item. Right. Next, we will move to item movement report. From this report, we can generate our item movements for a particular period of time. We can select items, item categories, or item types from report filter. From report options, we can select date range. And if you want to view detail, you can select detail from style. If you want to view summary, you can select summary from style. Now here we can view that item, transaction date, transaction number, transaction description, whether it's tax invoice, supplier invoice, or item adjustment. Then we can view customer or supplier and quantity. Now in first line, it's 24th April 2021, invoice number 2503, and it's a tax invoice. Customer is Always Textiles, and we have sold 10 quantities. Therefore, it will display as -10. And if we purchase items, it will display as a plus quantity. And these adjustments also, it's no zero adjustment. And if you change the opening balances, you can view that changes. Like that, you can view item movement. Now for this period, 1st of April 2021 to 31st March 2022, these item movements you can view from this report, and you can view total movement for the period. Okay, that means we have sold 14 quantities than purchases. Next report, we can generate a summary report also for this item movement. Okay, in this report you can view minus values and plus values. Minus value means we have sold, that means it's out from the system, therefore it's minus, and it's deducting from our inventory. And plus values are we have purchases, or from item adjustment we have increased our quantity, and if we purchased, it will increase our stock value, therefore it's plus. If you sold items to your customers, it's minus. And in addition to that, if you return goods to your supplier, then also it's minus. And if you purchase, it's plus. And if your customer returns goods to you, it also plus. Okay, in report you can view minus and plus quantities. Minus is tax invoices and supplier returns, because if we return to our suppliers, it will decrease our inventory. And plus values are supplier invoices and customer returns. If customer returns also, it will increase our inventory. You can generate this report as a summary report. Now here you can view net item movement. Now here from our stock, we have issued 14 quantities. For this item A2BR, it's added 10 numbers like that. From summary report, you can view a net quantity we have received or we have issued. Next report, item valuation report. We can generate our item valuation report as a date, especially when we are doing audit. We need to generate item valuation report as at 31st March, or each month also we need to generate our valuation report. So those valuation reports you can generate from items, reports, item valuation. You can select run at date, and you can select items, or you can select item categories, and you can generate the report. From this report, you can view item code, item description, item category, whether it's active or inactive, quantity on hand, cost, and value. And you can view grand total of this item valuation. Furthermore, this report has a few options: cost, average cost, or last cost. If you select average cost, your value will calculate based on average cost. If you select last cost, system will calculate your cost or your value based on last cost. Now we will generate this report, average cost and last cost, and we will check our item list. Now first item, 001 item, average cost is 100, last cost is 120. Now first report we generate based on average cost is 100, value also 100. Second report we generated based on last cost, therefore that cost is 120, value also 120. Next, exclude. Now some item has zero quantities. If you want to exclude those zero quantities item and generate this valuation report, you can tick this option, exclude, and refresh. Then system will exclude those zero quantity items. Now here you cannot view zero quantities. If you untick this option, you can view that zero quantity items. Furthermore, sometimes you may see minus quantities in this report. Now here it's a minus, here also minus. Now when you are actually, if you are maintaining your system accurately, you cannot view that minus quantities. And also if you want to block minus quantities, or if you want to block that if your quantity fall below zero, you can do it from this change company settings. Okay, minus quantities means, now assume you have only 10 numbers, but you have invoice for 11 quantities. Okay, you have only 10, but you have entered an invoice for 11 quantities. Then your stock value is -1. Now if you want to block that your items fall below zero, you can block it from change company settings, general settings, item settings. From here, do not you can tick this option, do not allow item quantities fall below zero. If you tick this option, your users cannot enter invoices if you don't have that item. Now for an example, if you have 10 quantities, users cannot enter invoices more than 10 numbers. Okay, system will block to only 10. System will block entering more than 10 quantities. Okay, so if you are accurately maintaining your system, or if you are accurately maintain your inventory, you should have only plus values only. Okay, for item quantities, there should be plus values only. Right, like that, you can generate your item valuation report. Okay, now you can generate item movement report and item valuation report. Okay, next we will move to price list report. From this price list report, you can view your item prices. You can view item code, item description, item category, unit, default price list. Student price list, and you can view all price list. If you want one price list, you can select that price list, or if you want to view all price list, you can select all from this price list. Or if you want to select more than one price list, you can select those price list and refresh. Next, item bundles. From this item bundle report, you can view what are your bundle items and components of that items. And you can select price list from here. Then system will display the prices for that bundle item. You can view item bundle, bundle code, components, quantity, average cost, total exclusive price, and total inclusive price, and total for that bundle item. Next, item quantities. From item quantities, you can view your list of items with quantity on hand, quantity reserved, and quantity available. Now, when you are entering customer sales order, those sales order quantities will reserved. Then you can view how many, what are the sales orders you have entered for these items. Okay, from this report, you can view quantity on hand, quantity reserved, and quantity available. And if you have entered any sales orders, you can view quantity of that sales orders. Right. And also these all reports you can convert to or export to PDF, Excel, or CSV, or you can print or email. Right. Now you can generate those three reports: price list, item bundle, and item quantities. Okay, now we have completed items module. From item modules, you can create items, uh, physical items, service items, and you can create bundle items and item categories. From transactions, you can change your item, and you can adjust your item selling prices. From special, you can adjust your item opening balances, and you can renumber item codes. From reports, you can generate this item listing, sales by item, purchases by item, customer codes by item, customer sales orders by item, supplier purchase orders by item movement report, item valuation report. From item valuation report, you can generate your stock valuation as a date, and you can generate price list report, item bundle report, and item quantities report. Before move to banking, there's a request to explain uh, time tracking module. I'll quickly explain this time tracking module. Actually, this is a add-on module. You can activate this time tracking module from administration, my profile, click upgrade, and you can enter one in time tracking, and you can click next and finish. Okay, the main advantage of this time tracking is you can enter your time sheets, your employees time sheet in this time sheet, and you can invoice, or you can directly, or you can convert that entered time to invoices. Okay, now for an example, assume uh, you have started the accounting consultancy company. Now you are providing services for University of Ruhuna, and uh, you are providing accounting services for each faculty. Okay, now uh, University of Ruhuna has different faculties: engineering, medicine, uh, management, science faculties. You are providing accounting services for those faculties. Right. Now, you need to create your customers. You are providing accounting services, so you can create University of Ruhuna as your customer, and you are providing uh, accounting services for your faculties. So those faculties you can create uh, as a project. Okay, uh, faculty of management, faculty of science, faculty of engineering, faculty of medicine, you can create as project names. Okay, then you have tasks. Now you have accountants, accounts executive, assistant accountant as your employees. Okay, they are going to those faculties, and they are preparing accounts. Okay, they are preparing monthly account, financial annual accounts, those things they are preparing. And they have a rate. Okay, now if you are providing accounting services, if you are sending accountant, you will charge 10,000 per hour, and if you are sending accounts executive, you will charge 5,000 per hour. So if you are sending your staff to your faculties or your projects, you can enter that uh, projects. Okay, you can, now for an example, I'll take this AD Sri Lanka as my client, and customer, then task, I'll stated accountant, and that accountant will work for that client 2 hours. Okay, then I'll send another employee, another accounts executive to Goal AD Sri Lanka. He will work 1 hour. Then I'll send to Matara office, AD Sri Lanka Matara office, assistant accountant. He will work 3 hours. Like that, we can enter that our employees timesheet in the system. Okay, you can uh, enter daily or you can enter weekly. I'll save this. Like that, you can enter your time in this timesheet. After that, you can invoice that time to your clients. Now for an example, now month of 1st of June to 30th June, you have provided services. Then you can from July 1st, on July 1st you will invoice to that customer that you have provided services. Those hours you will invoice to your customer. Now you can enter, or you can enter your customer tax invoice. Click add a tax invoice, and you can select your customer. Now I have entered AET Sri Lanka. Now if that customer has time values or time entries, this button will activate. Now I select another customer. Now you cannot, this item is, this add time entries button is inactivated. If you select any customer with time entries, that button will activate. Okay, now you can enter or you can add that time entries to your invoice. You can click this invoice time. Now I want to invoice today, that 30th June 2021 invoice to. Now I have entered these values and I want to invoice to this customer, and now I have selected those times and click create invoice lines. Then those times will populate to this screen. Okay, now I haven't entered that time as quantity in this screen. I directly selected from this timesheet entries. Okay, like that, you can enter your customer, and if you are providing that timesheets, or if you are providing any services for that client, you can create as a project and you can create tasks. You can create accountants, assistant accountant, like that, and you can enter the rate, hourly rate. Then you can create projects. Now if you are providing accounting services for your faculties, those faculties you can add as projects. Then you can enter time and you can convert that time to invoice. Okay, so this is if you are in service industry, you can mainly use this time tracking module. In addition to that, assume you are providing security, you are started a security company and you are providing security services for your clients. Now for an example, we will take Sampath Bank, and you are providing security services for that Sampath Bank branches. Now here we have created customer as Sampath Bank PLC, and we are providing services, security services for this Colombo 1 branch, Colombo 3 branch, Colombo 4 branch, and Mathura branch. And we are created tasks that security officers, OIC, JSO, LSO, like that. We are creating tasks, and we are entering rate per hour. After that, we will enter their times, working hours in our timesheet. Okay, now here we can select. Now for an example, if we enter that Sampath Bank Colombo 1 branch, providing OIC, and 5 hours he's working. Then Mathura branch, we are providing JSO, 12 hours he's working. Like that, we can enter their working hours, and we can convert that timesheet hours to invoice. Okay, uh, you can practice this time tracking module, and if you have any questions, next session also you can ask. Right. Next, we will move to banking module. You can create bank accounts from this banking module. You can enter bank account name, category. You can create current account, fixed deposit, petty cash, savings accounts under category. And in bank account name, now in practical situation, you may have commercial bank 2 accounts. Then you can create bank 1, commercial bank 2, or commercial bank and first account number. Then for second account also you can create enter commercial bank and enter that account name. Like that, you can uh, create your bank account, right? If you have 2 accounts in commercial bank, you can use enter combank 001, or for second account you can create combank 002. Like that, you can enter bank account name, and from category you can select, or you can add categories, uh, fixed deposit, petty cash, current account, savings account. Like that, you can create categories. Then default payment method. If you are mostly paying cash or check, you can select that payment method. Then when you are entering that transaction, it will display as default payment method. You can enter bank name, bank account number, branch name, and from here you can select active. uh, if you are later discontinue your bank account, you can untick this option. And there's another option, default. If you tick this option, system will display when you are entering any bank transaction, that account will display as a default account. Next, currency. If you have foreign currency accounts, you can select that foreign currency accounts. And if you are implementing for all company, you can enter that bank account opening balance, and opening balance as a date and branch code. From note also, if you want, you can add any actions or notes, and when you reach the action date, system will pop up message under dashboard to-do list. Okay, like that, these details you can enter and you can save. In addition to that, if you are creating any petty cash account or cash in hand account, cash control account, you can enter that name. For an example, if you are creating petty cash account, you can enter bank account name as petty cash, and bank name also you can enter petty cash. Then account numbers, branch name, those details not required. That bank account name and bank name is compulsory. Without entering bank name and bank account name, you cannot save any bank account. Therefore, if you are creating any cash in hand account or cash control accounts, petty cash account, you can enter same name, bank under bank account name and bank name. Right. After that, you can save this bank account. Then when you are creating that bank accounts, you can create select account for default account. Now here under default, you can see this tick, Sampath Bank RS account as a default account. And when you are entering any transaction, any banking transactions, you can view that account, select as a default account. And if you want to change, you can change that bank account. You can enter customer receipts and supplier payments also from here. Now, when you are entering customer receipts, You can view this default bank account will display Sampath RS and payment method as check. Okay, we'll check that. Okay, here default account and default payment method is check. Right. Next, we can view list of bank accounts, and from here also you can create your bank or credit card. And from this grid, you can customize from here, and you can sort by clicking this heading in ascending or descending order. Next, bank and credit card categories. You can create your bank account categories from here. Current accounts, savings accounts, fixed deposit, petty cash. Those categories you can create from here. Next, quick 20 rules. Now from here you can set payee name, and then when you enter that payee name in bank transaction, system will fill other details. Now we will enter one banking transaction. We will enter PWH as payee. Okay, I have entered only PWH. Then system will fill this software renewal, selection as type as supplier, and selection PW Holdings, because we have set that rule. When we select that, when we enter PWH, system will fill these details. So the description will set by system, and type will change to supplier, selection PWH. And also we will try another transaction. This is CEB. If we select CEB, it will, the description will enter by system to electricity, and type will change to account, and selection will electricity expenses. Right, then you can enter amount and you can save the transaction by using this quick entry rule. Now if you have several hundred or thousand transaction, you can very easily enter that transaction. You can set that transaction code, or if you enter any pay name, system will fill other details. You can enter quick rules by here. You can enter that pay name, and other details you can enter here. Right, for an example, if you want to, if you type RUH, you can set that description to Faculty of Management, and account will change. So we will enter computer expenses and save, and we will go to banking transaction, banking. We'll enter RUH, then system will fill other details like that. For bank charges, or if you have several transactions, you can set this quick entry rule, then system will fill other details. Next, bank and credit card categories. Sorry, next, bank statement mapping rule. From here also, same as that quick entry rule, you can enter some code here. Then if that code available in the bank statement, system will fill this pay details, accounting description, and account selection will fill by the system. Now here account will computer expenses, uh, bank statement, search for bank statement UOC. Then it will change the pay name to University of Colombo. Then it will change the description to AD. Like that, you can set uh, bank statement mapping rules. Right. Next, banking transaction. Next session, we will start from banking transactions, and we can complete that banking module and accounts module in next session. Okay, right. Right. Now we have shared that documents